welcome back. Episode 3. Hopefully listen to episode 3, and like you've listened to episode 1 and 2 and you're enjoying it still, that we're providing the content and you're happy to listen. So we are back again for this week's episode. This week's episode we are actually going to be focusing on one of our locations that we went to, our second location I believe it was.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, second location, Demon Church in Leicestershire. Skidbrook in, is it Leicester? No,
Lincolnshire.
No, begins with an L, got close enough. In Lincolnshire, 13th century built church, modified twice during its years, so I think it was modified in the 14th and the 15th century to be what it is now. What do you think of the location, Brett?
The location itself, it's in the middle of nowhere. So
Sort of our fields.
Definitely, yeah. It was probably the longest, second investigation, so it's the furthest we've travelled from since doing HGC, because obviously it was at De Grey, which is located locally to us in Hull. But the location itself, it was a different one from De Grey Street, because it's a well-known location, De Grey is as well, but it's open to the general public as well, so it's not a case of that we're going to go there and it's ours for the evening. You know, we couldn't get...
Oh, you mean people can just turn up whenever...
Yeah, that's what
which we had on that when we went. Yeah, people just turn up whenever they want. A lot of satanic rituals have been done at this location. We, of course, before we went to it, we did a history check, found out a bit more about the property itself, and why, pretty much why it was haunted. A lot of other paranormal teams have a lot of people have been there, especially before us. So a lot of stories have been conjured up. It's whether we believed that for stuff that we was hearing and reading to what we got when we got there. But there's supposed to be a not a judge. It's what do you call them people that run churches? A vicar. Is vicar in it?
Yeah, vicar.
Yeah, frigging. And my mind's gone bland today. Yeah, there used to be a vicar there. He worked there all his life. I believe it was over 35, 40 years that he actually ran the church. So it was definitely a beloved location for this one vicar. Of course, when he passed, he apparently still roams the area and likes to make himself aware that he's there to people that go to the location in one way or another. So we do have that spirit that does roam the place. And there was also, if I remember rightly, 2 sailors that like to do it as well, weren't they?
There was, yeah. 2 sailors, yeah. We got a couple of names, didn't we?
I can't remember the names. Oh, God. I should have watched the episode before I did the podcast. I can't remember the names.
It wasn't John, was it?
No. There was 2 names. I know there was a few names that cropped up.
Because we found the gravestones, didn't we? We was looking for the gravestones.
Correspond for
yeah.
it. We do say the names on the episode, so they will crop up. But there's also the figure of a black monk that also likes to roam the area. So pretty much a varies of different things that likes to happen. My personal opinion is I would normally say churches are the least place that any paranormal activity would actually happen, pure to the fact is that your spirit's already left the body a long time before you actually get buried into the church. But because this church was, when it was operational, surrounded by villages, and it was literally the only operational church within its kind, and very worshipped by everyone that lived around it, a lot of stuff has actually happened. I mean, it's 13th century built, so there's a lot of years to be standing there. It's gone through every war possible, the flu pandemic, every pandemic you can think of.
I think as well, like you say, with the satanic rituals, that sort of heated things up. You know, with people going there in the past, 3 or 4 years doing sort of stuff like, sacrificing chickens and things like that. Yeah,
people have gone into the location. There've been blood all over the floor, feathers everywhere. Oh, you name it, they've probably seen it. To the point where they actually fitted 2 cameras, didn't they, inside? 2 infrared cameras, one on one side and one on the other. When we went there, we had no issues at all with any police coming, getting off the property or anything like that. We did get interrupted by a couple, I think they came, but that was right near the end of our investigation, so again it didn't really bother us at all on our investigation. But overall, the church itself, Brett, I'll go to you. What do you personally think about the whole location from start to finish?
I thought it was great, and like I said to you this year, I would definitely have to do a revisit. I
want to sleep there.
Yeah, we did say about doing,
for charity.
Yeah, for a charity or something like that. But no, I thought it was, like I say, because it was where it was situated. It was like once it got dark, you couldn't see nothing, could you? When I was roaming around outside on my own with my SLS, and I was quite nervous doing that. Stayed closer to the church. I think I did fall over at one point with the SLS in my hand.
Stayed in the episode.
Yeah, it did, yeah. But no, it was pitch black, but no, it was a really good location.
Yeah, it's weird because all the gravestones that are in there, I mean, they're all like, all the ground's risen around them. So you'll see a gravestone, you think it'll be on flat ground, it isn't. The ground around it is risen. But because we're literally in the middle of nowhere, it's surrounded by literally just fields. I think we had a stream going past as well, so you can vaguely hear the noise of water, which of course is really good for any paranormal activity, having water right near the location. So yeah, the ground was all uneven. So roaming the property on a night with no lights, just your lights on your torch and whatnot, like you've got in your hand, a very dangerous thing indeed. But
I was literally using my camera to see where I was walking, because I couldn't hold my torch at the same time, because as we discussed previous episodes, the SLS is very heavy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. No, it is a good location. I mean, the evidence we got there, I think it was fantastic. This is why we want to go back again.
Again, I'll interrupt you there. Again, on this episode, there was a lot of evidence that wasn't put in there.
Hell of a lot.
Again, obviously, Mark was with us on this investigation, who used to edit for us. And like I say, yeah, we did capture a lot of EVPs and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of it wasn't in the episode, which is unfortunate. That's why we want to go back, do a revisit, and obviously get a new edit up on our channel and give you everything what we can find, really.
Yeah, because the church itself, it's got no windows in. They've all disappeared a long time ago. So my first reaction when we first got there was, oh my god, we're going to struggle with the sound quality here. But actually in the church, the sound quality was good enough to pick up a lot of EVPs. And like Brett was just saying then, Marco actually edited the episode for us at that present time. He missed a lot of key evidence that we pointed out to him. And I did a solo there, so pretty much where the vicar is buried is apparently buried right in the floor in the middle of the actual church. He's got like a gravestone there on it.
Yeah.
So I literally sat on top of his gravestone and put a few candles on and did an actual solo there. And the actual EVPs that came from that were fantastic.
Oh, we had the motion balls as well, didn't we?
And that went off, and that scream. I don't know if it was a fox. It might have been a fox.
No, yeah, because it was a really still night when it was summer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really calm. There was no wind, but yeah, I mean, middle of nowhere, it could be.
Could have been anything. But it's just weird that we only had that one scream and was calling out.
Yeah.
Never heard it before or after.
Yeah, and none with a fox. It wouldn't just scream once, I don't think.
Nah, not
if it's calling out.
No, I don't think it would though. But being surrounded by fields and stuff like that as well, you're going to hear wildlife and whatnot. So again, we had to narrow out all that when we was doing the editing stuff. But like I was saying, Mark edited it. Me and Brett actually went through the footage previously before it got to Mark and said, look, we've got all these picked out, all these EVPs, can you use them? And unfortunately we did. So yeah, this is why we want to go back. But the location itself is fantastic. We did our first live there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, first but live.
Oh, that was funny. Because that's when we had two people interrupt us.
Yeah, the first lot when we was doing the first but live.
Yeah, and then some at the end.
Yeah, so the ones at the end was when we was, because I remember stood there still. I think you just done your solo. And I remember stood there with my camera in the middle of the church, and I just sort of panned round to the main entrance, and I saw a torch, and I thought, oh, police are here.
Oh, yeah.
And then next minute, I just still saw like the torch light in my face, walking up to me. I could just see a bar, and I thought, who the hell's this? And it was the guy who walked in. Obviously, he had a metal bar in his hand.
Yeah, because he wants to share. Yeah, he's heard about the satanic stuff going on there as well.
But he was a nice guy, you know. We got chatting to him for about half hour, didn't we?
Yeah. Fortunately interrupted us right at the key moment, but
yeah, because like we'd done the Facebook live, obviously got interrupted, but a lot of the activity didn't seem to drum up until late. I'd say maybe three hours into being in that location.
Yeah, because I remember we got there early enough to do B-roll, so it was pretty much daylight. We did a lot of B-roll surrounding the actual church and inside the church as well. So and
it didn't get dark until like 10 though, did it?
No, and it was mightily cold.
Yeah.
By the time we did do the investigation, I'd lost feeling in my arms and my legs. I was absolutely freezing.
Yeah, 'cause it was real warm when we got there, wasn't it? So
yeah.
we was like, oh, we've got our hoodies on, we're going to be sweating.
Yeah.
And then the temperatures dropped.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. But we knew we was there for a reason, and we knew with the history of the property, the church, and the stories we'd heard about it, we had to go through with it all. So I'm glad we did stay in the end. We got a good episode out of it. Yeah, the location itself, apart from it being mightily dangerous and pitch black on the night, it was a good location to go to. With it being built in 1854, it says I'm looking at my screen here saying 1854 it was built. It's been around for a hell of a lot of years. Can you imagine the people going through the front door of that place and doing what they do at churches, singing and worshipping and all that? So it's definitely got a lot of history with it.
And to be fair, I mean, for the age, like say 1854, it was in good nick, the building, wasn't it? It wasn't like falling apart or anything like that. No. It was really in good nick. Like I said, there's no windows have been taken out because I'm guessing so they didn't get vandalised or smashed and things like that.
Saying that, it is looked after by a trust. That's why it was good, all in good nick. The trust, can't name it off the top of my head, replaced the full roof so it was watertight. Fortunately, the windows didn't get replaced, but because it's just pure concrete inside, they didn't really need to do the windows.
Yeah, it's still got all the proper like tiling on the floor. Yeah, it's all intact.
Yeah, it looks really good when you're inside. It looks on the outside massive. When you go on the inside, it's not as big as what you make out, but it was big enough for what we needed to do anyway. But the activity we got there, I mean, when we first started doing the investigation, we like to normally walk around, call out, see what's going on, try and get a feel for the place, which we was all trying to do at the same time. Plus, we was doing a live as well, so you're also trying to focus on what questions you're getting asked on your live and trying to answer them. And I don't think I did a live after that. I did a live tonight again in the Scunthorpe house.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, when you're trying to investigate and call out. Because if one's like, say, when you watch the episode, when we do the live, obviously Dave's holding his phone to do the live, so it's all down to me doing the questions, as you say, Mark.
And you didn't like it?
Asking. No, I mean, I don't mind it now. Like I say, it was still new to us, it's still fresh to us, so we're still coming up with questions and then probably repeating them half the time.
Still wet behind the ears a bit, I'd say. No, definitely, yeah. It was still a learning curve. Second location, it's bound to happen. I think the thing that really interests me about the church, more with it being a very old church, is the ground it's sat on. The ground itself surrounding the whole church is very, very old, very dated. A lot has happened to it, and you will find that a location itself, if the ground surrounding it is got a lot of steeped in history, whether they've got forest near it or just literal ground that stuff has happened, and you will get a lot of activity to a location that's nearby. And I believe this church, I think that might have been one of the properties, basically, because it's nearby. The ground surrounding it was a lot of history, like I was saying. So I think that's quite a lot of the activity that we was getting at this church was pretty much from that. It literally is based in. It's in the middle of nowhere. Getting there, it's pitch black. There's no
the road down to it,
any lights or anything like that.
Yeah, the dangerous roads to get down to, especially when it's dark.
I think it was 5 miles or 4 miles from the nearest village.
Yeah,
something like that. So yeah, so it was literally freezing cold, random location, but activity. I think the activity we got from it was definitely substantial enough. Like I said, I did the solo.
Yeah, with some first decent EVPs we got, didn't we?
EVPs,
as well? I mean, we got a couple from De Grey Street, but like these ones was like.
Didn't we get loads of EMF spikes on here?
No, to be fair, no, it didn't. No, the only time it peaked was when you was doing your solo. Yeah.
Oh, solo.
Because I put it in that opening, didn't I? When I watched previous videos of other investigators going there, and I was getting loads of spikes.
On the window.
Yeah, near there, yeah. And I put it there, and it didn't really spike as much.
Oh, I'm with you.
And like I say, nothing sort of started happening until that's 2-3 hours.
We got motion. I mean, if I remember rightly, we've still got very similar to activity to what we get in most places. We get motion balls going off.
Yeah, but they didn't go off. We had them in the middle of live. They'd been sat there for a good 2 hours, and then when you did your solo, we moved them over to where you was.
Yeah.
And then they went off. I'd say maybe 10 minutes after that.
If I remember rightly, I did a walk around of the location as well while the live was running on my phone, and as I was about to walk back into the property, it felt like something struck the back of my head.
Oh, I remember as you walked in.
Yeah, and I went to show. I mean, I spun right back around with the camera because my phone had a light on it. I could see exactly where I was going, and I originally thought I'd walked through a spider's web because that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I remember when you said you come in. Yeah.
So I'm basically looking for a dangling spider or a web of some sort, and it's literally clear. You couldn't see nothing. So whether I've been stroked there by a spirit, I don't know. But I mentioned it on the live, and I think did it stay in the final edit?
I can't remember.
I don't think it did.
No,
because we'd have had to pull it from the live, and the live was 720p.
Yeah.
And we was recording in 1080, so we couldn't really want to.
Oh, and the Mark had his 4K camera as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Long story. Yeah. So pretty much, I think that got dropped. But yeah, so I did my solo there. We had walk rounds. I mean, we didn't get any. I mean, I've looked at loads of other people that had been there previously before us on their little investigations, and a lot of them are reporting paranormal activity. So things moving, stones being thrown. We didn't get none of that.
No, we didn't know.
Nothing of the sort. I mean, you got to remember, you've got a hellish wind blowing through the full building, so a lot of the sound quality you do lose. You have to be pretty much on par of what you're listening to, because you get that wrong gust of wind at that wrong time. Yes, you might think it's something else, and you might put it down to a paranormal experience, but I think we was quite on par that night. I didn't get anything thrown at us, or nothing paranormal like that, poltergeist activity, anything, nothing like that. But I think one thing that made the one thing that made me jump really bad is as I did a walk around the back of the church, it was this rat. And I've never seen it had boats. This thing was huge, and it ran in front of me and then skipped underneath the wall. But because I didn't see it till late, I think that was the most part that made me jump that full light. Honestly, it scared the.
I remember going back through the footage, and I was reviewing the SLS stuff, and I caught that figure down near the grave. But I didn't actually see it in real time, because I was concentrating more on where I was walking, because, like I say, it was pitch black. And I didn't pick it up, but as you watch it on the footage, you'll see me go to the gravestones, and there's gravestones like crosses near it, but as I pan past them, nothing comes out, and it's just a normal gravestone, and that's where you get the figure. So at first, when I reviewed it back, I thought it might be the cross gravestone, but you see me pan past that and nothing maps in. So it was a great little fan from the SLS.
I think the SLS is we've had a few issues with it, don't get me wrong, you're gonna with that kind of technology, and we get over it, and at the end of the day, it's prevailed, and it's paid us back in leaps and bounds. Some of the things we've picked up with it, you just can't fault it. Like Brett was just saying, the gravestones themselves, for it to map in like the way it did. I was just good to know.
I'd gone past the cross, so it can't have been the cross that was mapping in. It was literally between two normal gravestones.
It was,
and mapped there.
Yeah, and it mapped on near the tree as well, didn't it? Yeah. But it was so quick when you was just literally spinning around, panning around, and that's when it mapped in.
Yeah.
Which I found a little fitting, really, because it was a cool little capture. I think that did actually.
It did make the cut. That,
it made the cut, yeah. So I made the cut, but I don't think we got any of that inside the actual church, because I thought personally inside the church would be the most paranormal place.
Yeah, we didn't get nothing in there, did we?
Get much in the church. It was more surrounding the church and its location, stuff like that. But I mean, I'm just looking now online, pretty much all the activity that's been caught. I mean, you're gonna get loads of rumours from loads of paranormal teams. Some of them make it up just to stand out from the crowd, and some of them do actually upload their content, which is literally how it happened. And so you got to be real careful what you read and what you watch. But from all the other teams that have been there, very similar to what we got, I believe. I don't think anyone saw the black figure there.
No, the black monk. No, the black monk. Yeah, the footage I've seen and things like that, no one's picked that up or anything.
No, I didn't pick it up with my eyesight while I was there. It's definitely haunted, though, but I think it's more residual haunting there. I do believe that Vicar does roam the place. He spent so long there running it. It was pretty much part of his life. It was his church. So, of course, when he passed, I can imagine him staying there and doing what he does now. And I think that's probably a lot of the activity that's come from there is probably him doing it himself. But other than that, it was a really good location. We are looking at going back, though, like we were saying at the start of this podcast, some kind of charity event, because I had it in my head, it'd be really cool to sleep the night there in the grounds.
Yeah, because we've obviously it's got a new roof on there, so yeah, you've got no windows, but if you got like a couple of tents where you could sit where the...
You could get away with it, couldn't you?
Yeah, because I think when those people who interrupted us, they said they'd stayed there, didn't they, doing a charity or something like that?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they said they'd stayed in a tent, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then I thought, oh yeah, because like you say, you've got your solid walls around you, barring obviously no windows, you've got a roof what's not leaking or anything like that. So yeah, with a tent in there, you'd have not much wind coming through either. Like you say, it's the only problem you've got is people just turning up randomly. But I think if we was to do a sleepover there, we probably wouldn't do much sleeping.
I don't think the sleeping thing would come into it, but I tell you what, if anyone did turn up during the night, I think we'd scare them more than they'd scare us.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that, walking through that location and someone just going, "Hey, what are you doing?" Jesus
But
Christ,
like I say, if we do go back there, well, we are going to go back there. But if we do decide to do that as our charity location, then we will be asking people, if they wanted to attend, and try and get a feel for it like we do. Any experiences, it'd be great. But we'll put more information regarding that close to the time.
Yeah, and plus it'll be near the summer as well. Cause
yeah.
a bit more warmer than what it is now. I can't imagine doing it in the winter. It's bad enough. Speaking of winter, the weather here in England it's been atrocious the last 2 weeks. We've been trying to go out each weekend. We've been trying to get to a location, and twice we've had to cancel them.
Yeah, yesterday it was just snow, it was rain, it was wind, it was just. I mean, even, I went out yesterday evening, and the fog, you couldn't even see in front of you. So if we'd have gone last night,
remember to see where we're going.
It'd have been, I think it'd have been a write-off, to be honest.
Yeah, it would have been.
With the wind, that'd have caused issues with the sound.
Yeah.
And not that, it's getting the equipment from the car to the location without getting wet.
And it's not just a sound that gets affected when it's really windy. Your knocks and your bangs and your paranormal activity. If you've got wind gushing outside and you're in an abandoned location, you know what I mean? It's going to affect absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And so you lose out.
You want to have it just quiet where you can hear a pin drop. Otherwise, you're going to start doubting things.
Definitely. No, I agree. Totally agree. And I think with the wind as it was, what was the hurricane called again? I can't recall it. Usin or
begin with E, didn't it?
Usin. I can't recall it. There's a name for it. They always name them, don't they, after bloody countries or whatnot. So this it didn't go through England. It was actually passing England, and of course we got the aftermath of the strong winds. A lot of damage was caused from London all the way up to Scotland, basically. And of course, it's affected us and going out and doing investigations for 2 weekends in a row. But we are looking at going out this week as of Monday. It's recording this now Sunday, so I'm looking at going out tomorrow. Fingers crossed the weather does stay pretty much what it's like now, calm. If it's calm, we can get them done because we have got some really good locations coming up soon. They're all been planned in. A lot of RAF. I'm going to say bunkers, but it's not. It's I'm going to say airports, not airports either. What do you call them? RAF, not like stations, aren't they? But
yeah, where planes go, or just
yeah. You know what RAF stands for? Yeah, I've been to a few already. There's a few that I've cropped up. There's more than a few actually, and with them being plotted quite near where we are, we're going to do a few of them. And there's a couple of old cottages that have cropped up as well that they're doing. There's a few locations coming up anyway, and the biggest one I think is next month. Where we're going, Brett, next month?
We're going to Gainsborough next month.
All I can hear is them cogs grinding in your head. Yeah, Gainsborough Prison. We're having a sleepover at Gainsborough
the old
Prison.
Nicken Theatre.
It is.
It's a well-known location.
It is. It used to be a court and a police cells. They're not all in one.
It's like a museum now, though, isn't it? It's
half it's a museum.
Yeah, half it's a museum.
Half museum and half is still like all left as it originally was. It's a listed building. That's the only saving grace we get as a paranormal investigator. As soon as the building hit a certain grade and a certain age, the councils can't do anything with them.
No, yeah.
They can't knock them down. And if they do knock them down, they have to take it down bit by bit and relocate it. So it's a saving grace for a paranormal investigator because that location will be there for a lot longer than what it should be, which means we have more chance of getting in. This Gainsborough Police prison one, I mean, I've been paired someone to go for a hell of a long while.
We talked about it last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we was on about going, but we was just trying to fit in because obviously we had the pandemic, so it was quite a lot of locations now are really, really booked up because I've had a backlog. So you're either getting ASAP, or if you're trying to plan it a few months down the line, it was quite hard. So to get in this time, going next month, like I say, we're going to have some great locations this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I've
seen
seen
it's going to be the longest one. What is it, 9 p.m. till 9 a.m?
No,
it's a sleepover.
Yeah, 9 till 7.
Oh, is it 9 till 7? I thought it was 9 till 9.
No, 9 till 7.
Well, still, it's going to be
still long enough.
Yeah.
I know, like you say, we're not going to be sleeping.
No, definitely not. No.
I don't know if that place. It's a shame, really. It's not as old as I thought because in American prisons they have the electric chair still.
Yeah.
You know, the old historic prisons because it's like.
Imagine sitting in one of them and just trying to.
Well, Alan Goodwin did, didn't he?
Get the feeling, yeah.
He went to a prison. Ghost Adventures went to it.
I've been there, so just in case it just turned back on.
You might hear residual noise over it.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, yeah.
But they don't have that in England. We've never had the electric chairs as being a death penalty. I think the biggest death penalty here was the lethal injection.
Did they have it in the UK? I thought that was America as well.
No, America's more the electric chair. Then the.
No, I think America's lethal injection now, though.
No, like I'm going to wrap my brain here because I've looked at this. Because each individual state in America has got its own laws a few of them still to this day have
Do the electric chair.
no the lethal injection.
Right.
So they still have that as a punishment for setting crimes. But back in the day, before when me and you was even born, it was more towards the electric chair.
Yeah.
And I think
That's why they put the wet sponge and then they put the.
You've been watching that film, haven't you?
What
3
film?
Mile.
No, I've not seen that film.
And yeah.
No, you all said to me about to say, "Oh, watch it." I was like, "Yeah, but it's 3 hours."
Where they put the sponge on.
No,
And he leaves it dry. And
no, but I know that's how.
That's what they did. That's what 1900s, 1920s, 1930s. But yeah, the electric chair was more rife in America. In England, we never went the electric route. It was more towards the lethal injection, because the governments thought it would be.
If we have though, we've not done that many though. Lethal injection in the UK.
No, there's been a few rapists and stuff like that, like mass murderers, like the Yorkshire Rippers.
I just thought it was America.
No, America's more patriotic. Maybe you're gonna get a lot more crimes than what we would do here.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I'm going down a route that I'm not too sure about, so I'm sounding thick here.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much we don't have that in our prison. But this prison is steeped in history. There's apparently 20 spirits that reside in this prison, maybe more. We might find that out.
And again, from other footage we've seen from other groups going there, they've had some amazing evidence.
And I don't want to promote them because it's not fair. But one team went there and they caught that spirit,
walking
shadow
down the
figure
corridor.
walking down past the doorway.
Bearing in mind, the footage was blurry because it was panning at that precise moment.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pause it just at the right second, you do sort of see the back of a leg and then the torso. Yeah,
see pretty much the head, shoulders, a bit of the back.
It's as if they're just about to walk out of a door on the side angle, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was amazing.
And that's what got me hooked when I saw that.
Footsteps.
Yeah, you hear a lot of footsteps. I mean, you're gonna hear a lot of residual sound out in a location like that. But you can imagine if you got sent down or did a lot of time in a prison for a crime you didn't commit, and then unfortunately you were either killed, because I mean a lot of things happened in prison.
Oh yeah, like false imprisonment. And
things but more to the point of what actually happened in the prison. So a lot of deaths were committed from inmate to inmate and stuff that. So you can imagine actually going to prison in the first place for a crime you didn't commit, and actually dying in the prison because you either pissed the wrong person off or got in the wrong crowd.
Yeah,
you'd sit there and haunt the hell out of it. You would.
Oh, definitely.
Because you're not going to cross over knowing you've just been touched by a big man in probably a horrible way, and then gone down for a crime that you didn't do.
No, yeah, definitely.
I mean, when that prison was running as it was, like they were saying, the courts were all entwined into one big building. The court system back then, it wasn't a case of what it is now. Guilty, no, not guilty till proven guilty. What do you call it? You're not guilty until you're proven guilty. Yeah, it is right, isn't it? It is right, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it was right. So the courts then, I mean, they can have the minimum of evidence, and if they thought it was substantial enough, they just bang you in prison. Whereas now it's a lot easier. Now they have to go through absolutely everything before you even get to the prison cell. So back then it was totally opposite. So I can imagine a lot of people going down for the wrong reasons. Police not knowing who actually did a killing, for example, and wanted just to put someone down for it, just to make sure that the general public think that they're doing the job properly, when clearly there wasn't.
Yeah.
I can imagine that happening a lot of times. So when this location came up, I'm babbling on again, aren't I? When this location came up, we had to jump at it, and I think it's one of the locations that we've always wanted to do. So
yeah, it's been on our radar.
It has big time,
and we've got another location which we're not going to disclose yet, which we do want to go to this year. Again, due to pandemic, these backlogs, but we are trying to get there.
They are backlogged for just over a year.
Yeah.
I think at the moment.
So obviously it was in lockdown pretty much nearly a full year.
Yeah.
So nothing could be done or took place.
I mean, I said to you tonight, what's that? How much they're making pay you on that?
Oh God, yeah.
Jesus Christ, $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
It makes you sick, really. But every weekend and pretty much every weekday, they've got people going down there. I mean, I'm doing it. I want to do it because everyone else has done it, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
And that's where it stops for me, because I don't like to go to a location where it's been overly done. But if it's a location where everyone's going there must be a reason why they're going there.
Yeah, and they're going back as well. Because
exactly.
some paranormal investigators have gone 3 or 4 times. So it's and it's not that. I want to go there because it's sort of like on the bucket list, as we say. You know, the set, like I said, the Grey Street, we wanted that one. That was our very first location. And like I said, this next one, what we're trying to get further in the year, it's the same sort of along those lines. It's one of these locations, which you probably, once we mention it, you'll know straight away.
Everyone knows it. Maybe listeners that are listening from further afield of England might not actually know it, but anyone in England, oh God, as soon as you mention it, it'll be they'll know it.
Yeah,
110%. A lot of the big paranormal teams have actually been there as well, so it's kind of made its name for itself. A bit like the Grey Street, that made its name for itself in the papers and people talking about it. It kind of made the location a lot stronger than what it really is.
Made it more appealing as well.
Yeah, and people want to go there for that main reason. And I think this place that we're talking about now is very much similar to that. I mean, we're going to do it. We will try and get it done. Once we get booked in, we will get booked in. It's a sleepover thing as well, so we'll be there by ourselves, which makes it even more interesting. And the activity I've seen there, I've seen poltergeist activity.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I've seen like doors slam and things like that. You know,
shadow figure in that corridor and in the bedroom because there's supposed to be kids that was out there.
Yeah,
the ties were moving.
Yeah, there was.
Themselves. Yeah, most haunted did it, didn't they? Yeah. So yeah, definitely I want a piece of that cake, definitely.
Yeah, so keep checking and we'll let you know in due course.
Definitely. Demon Church. Yeah, why was it called Demon Church? I think it was called Demon Church because of all the paranormal teams that have been there, and the name just originated from that.
I thought it'd have been because of like the satanic rituals and stuff, you know, because that's more towards getting the demon, that, innit? Might
be the Black Monk that run the place.
Yeah.
People just kind of put that name to it. I mean, we never saw him. None of our equipment picked anything up regarding any kind of shadow figure or anything of the sort. EVPs though, wow. I think they were really good. I mean, I'm very much a stickler on EVPs. I have done from the first day I started investigating. I love them. I think they're fantastic. They tell a story in one EVP than what 5 or 6 things you've seen with the eyes can do. Especially when you ask a question and you get an answer back to that question via the EVP. It's just brilliant to listen to. And I think when I did my solo there in the middle of the floor, top of my head, I've got about 6 or 7. All male as well, always all male. Telling us to piss off, get out, swearing. Yeah,
but it did seem angry, didn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah, so we got a fair few of them, but again, it was all dropped, and it kills me to this day. But I know when we go back there, it's going to be a total different investigation. There's a lot of locations that we're going to go back to.
Yeah,
because there wasn't done properly the first time.
No, not that. We want to.
Warren Percy, that's another one.
Yeah,
EVPs on that church, fantastic. But because I lost the footage.
Yeah, I
lost the footage on that. So that's
yeah,
why.
we have been to Warren Percy, the old medieval village. But again, due to the data being lost, obviously we couldn't have an episode to show. So we are going back there. But with the location of there, if you're not aware of it, you've got to. I think it's like a mile walk down to the actual location. So we need to go when it's obviously the weather's a lot better.
And the cows out there because they're mightily scary and very big compared to me.
But again, that's got a church there.
I'm sure cows charge, don't they?
Yeah, I think so, kind of.
Yeah, that's what scared me so much. Yeah. I've never seen udders so big and wobbly in my life.
Yeah.
Cut a long story short, we was walking to this destination, this church, and you can see the church as we're walking to it, so that's your main goal. But to get to this church...
There's only one path.
There's one path, and only one path, and about... I don't know.
There must be about 15 cows just laid there.
Massive. These things eat other cows for a living. Honestly, they're just huge.
They're just staring though, aren't they?
Scary. I mean, there was crapping right near us, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that one bit. And it's still thinking about it now. You found it funny.
Just when you stood there, he's like, I can't move.
We recorded that too, as well. But of course, we've lost it all.
But we lost the footage for that. So we are definitely going back there. It's technically, it is a revisit, but there's no episode.
It is a revisit, but is it a revisit when we haven't got the footage for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, we've been there. We've got ammunition to...
what?
Ammunition.
Ammunition.
Ammunition, that's
you haven't got me for my pronunciation. Thought that was wrong when it came out your mouth.
So we've got that to take back with us.
Do we know, if I can remember. We know what to expect when we go there, you mean?
Yeah, so like I say, EVPs will focus on them more. And like I say, in the church, because we did do the outskirts, but it was mainly the church, wasn't it?
Yeah, the outskirts. I mean, we always look into the outskirts, the surrounding of the actual
and
location.
There's water there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, big. I'm gonna say a fountain, but it's not a stream in it. Big massive stream. And they always say water's a really good thing to have near a location because spirits can feed off it. Whether it's true or not, I'm not too sure, but it does seem to happen. You do go to a location if there's water anywhere near it, a well or a stream. The activity there seems to be a lot more stronger than what it normally is on a location where there is no water. So it had everything there for the making, especially being an old medieval village.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that cleared the village out was the plague, was it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, the plague.
Yeah.
So that cleared out the full village. I think the village then...
They were scared at the time as well, though. There was when the villagers were scared of vampires and witches, weren't they?
Oh, was that kind of era, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that. I don't know much about that, to be honest with you. I can't really comment on that. It's a lot before my time.
Yeah. Again, like I say, we're definitely going to be going there. That's another location penciled in. Like I say, when it gets warmer, we'll be going there.
Yeah, I totally agree. No, I do agree. There's a lot of locations that we do need to go to still. It's just, I was going to say, get the time. It's like my shifts now fall on bloody weekends again.
Yeah.
So the time and getting to the location and stuff like that, it's always going to be a pain. We don't get paid for this, like I've mentioned in a few episodes before. We don't get nothing back at all, so it's all in our own time. Things take a bit longer than what we'd do normally, but when we do get a location and we do it, we do investigate it to the best that we can, and any evidence is never dropped. So we're a lot stronger than what it was this time last year. That is for sure. And looking at the statistics and the algorithm of all our socials and the YouTube this time last year. We've jumped. We're in a lot better position now than what it was last year. That's for sure.
Definitely.
So I must start great. I'm happy with that. But yeah, the church itself, lovely church. Definitely, if you're ever near the area, Lincolnshire, and you do.
Yeah, just go visit it because it's got like an information board, and like I say, you can walk around the church. Like I say, it's a really nice building. They've kept, like I say, because of that charity, what keeps it. What's the word for it? Keeps it.
Trust. They can look after it. They look after it.
Yeah.
Maintain it.
Yeah, maintain it, yeah. What's going on today?
I know, what's it today? No, yeah, they maintain it. So, and like I say, it's a free location. Go in there, have a look around. If you want to go and do an investigation, by all means, go for it. We only went there once. We are looking at going there again. It's just beware, just wrap up warm, because you are surrounded by nothing. So any wind, any weather-wise, it will get you big time in that location.
As we realised, even though it was a really hot day when we got there, the temperature soon drops.
Yeah, it caught us out. I think I was only in my hoodie at that time.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
God,
so I had to go back to the car to get my jacket because I was cold.
And that's a late walk there.
Yeah, isn't it? Also, as well, on our intro, you'll see me and Dave looking at like a board and then walking down. That is the church. That is the demon church.
That when you struggle to pronounce your words when you're reading off a board?
Yeah. But that's not on the intro. That's on the episode, though.
It's on the episode. It's not the intro because I've got the sound.
And that's when I do that pretend fall, and you start laughing.
Yeah, it's all on the
intro. You thought
intro.
I was actually falling, but I was like,
playing tricks. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely have a look. See what you think. Definitely have a look. I mean, for the future, we are looking at going to a few more locations like this. But churches, I tend to, if it's not surrounded by or steeped in history, I tend to try and avoid them, because I always find that churches are going to be the least. Place that
I mean, I've had people asking before why don't we go to a graveyard and things like that, but it's just sort of not. It's not our thing.
No.
I mean, yeah, if we do come stuck on location, which I can't see that happening, but if we ever did and we did want to get some more content out there, then we could do one. But again, it's not sort of on our radar to do stuff like that.
No, not for now anyway. Not for now at the moment. We have got a few questions sent in by a few people, so we'll be reading a few of them out come the end of this episode. One thing I do want to mention to you, Brett, and we mentioned this before we really started, well, before I even clicked record, Discovery Plus.
Oh, Discovery Plus. Oh, yeah.
So I'll tell you a few facts about Discovery Plus. You probably might already know this already. Discovery Plus bought the rights and the channel of Pluto TV. You know that, don't you?
No.
Now Pluto TV now are owned by Discovery Plus. What Discovery Plus have realised is that there is a market for the paranormal, which... Yeah,
since I've had Discovery, I've seen a lot more paranormal stuff on there now than there was before.
Well, they've got Katrina, you know Katrina. They've got Nick Groff. They've got Ghost Adventures. They've got pretty much everything on there. So they're spending a lot.
Taps on there.
Yeah,
are they on there?
Yeah, they're called Taps no more though.
Oh, they're not.
Else. Yeah, I can't recall them now. I don't really watch them very much now. But they've been going just as long as Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, so they've been going a while, haven't they?
But they've changed. A lot of presenters have changed over. I just like it when they had that female there. I can't remember her name. Her name will come to me soon. I follow her on Instagram as well. Can't remember her name. Anyway, yeah, Taps are still on there. But I think they've realised, Discovery, that there is a definite vast market for the paranormal, and a lot of people do like to watch it and interested in what they see on video. So what they did is they've bought out a TV channel called Pluto TV, and Pluto TV is now dedicated purely to the paranormal. But it's not just the paranormal, where it's Ghost Adventures or Most Haunted or any other big name company. It's the people like me and Brett, our little teams that are located in England or Scotland or Wales or whatnot. We can send our footage into Discovery Plus, and they can, if they like it, they will upload it and put it on their dedicated channel for it. But speaking of Discovery Plus, they've just bought a new program out called Celebrity Help: My House is Haunted, I was speaking to you about this. You've only seen one episode, haven't you?
Yeah, I saw. It wasn't a Discovery. I can't remember where I saw it, but I did see one. I mean,
I don't think you've seen this though, because it's new to Discovery.
Yeah, I've not seen them, but I've seen a show where it's called not Celebrity Help. Oh no, I'm thinking different. It's not Celebrity Help. No, this is just My House is Help. My House is Haunted. I think that was on Channel 4.
Oh.
And that's where it was just normal people. The house is haunted, and a crew would go around there, and
that's pretty much what this is.
Yeah, but it's celebrities. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. I watched the first one and the second one. I'm still gonna watch a few more tonight, to be honest with you. The first one was George Best, the famous footballer. His wife still lives in the same house that they used to live together in. Now, of course, George Best has passed. His wife was getting a lot of activity in the property, so this team have come down there to find out exactly what's going on. And basically, his wife was like, she wanted to find out if she was going crazy because the stuff that was going on. So she got the team in to try and help her out. One of the questions that he asked, and it made me go, wow, when I actually seen it, was one of them asked out and said, George, if you are Celine, you are looking after your wife in the house, is there any way you can even show us, make a noise or something like that? In the hallway, there was loads and loads of books on the staircase. And the book moved, came out, flew out. Not on the floor.
Just moved off. So there was all in line with each other, and this one just sort of come out. Yeah.
Just came out.
As if you're pulling the book off the shelf, but not so far.
Pretty much. When I seen it, I was like, "Whoa, that's cool. That's really cool." That. But what it is, they had a locked off camera above it, facing the staircase.
Oh, so they didn't see that moving out. It was the camera what picked it up when it looked back on the footage. Yeah. Right. Okay.
And on the staircase, the first step, they had the REM pod, the red one. The good REM pod. That was on the floor. So that's why the camera was there facing that REM pod. The REM pod didn't go off at the time when the book slid out, but that's poltergeist activity. So that got me hooked. And nothing else happened.
So the camera was facing the REM pod, but you could still see the bookshelf inside.
Yeah,
it.
He's in frame.
Yeah.
Just see it. So the book was at the top, where the camera is like high, like a little shelf at the top.
Yeah.
And then of course when that slid out, it got caught in frame.
Yeah, just see it come. Yeah, I know.
Just caught it in frame, but it's a.
I'll have to watch
cool
it. I'll have to
definitely watch it. I mean, his voice came through a few times. That was his wife. His wife's name's called Alex. So when they're asking why he's still here, George came through and said, protecting my wife Alex and stuff like that. Really cool, really cool. They use believe it or not, the technology they use is very similar to what we've got.
Is it?
Yeah, made me feel real big about myself. That. The EVP recorder is very similar to what we've got.
The Olympus one.
They use the SLS, and guess what? It looks just like yours.
Really?
Yeah. Everything, the stand, the computer screen that you've got, the same angle, everything's the same. It looked like you was holding it.
Well, I just borrowed it off us.
Yeah, pretty much. And they caught figures, stuff like that. Now that was one, so of course I watched that. I thought, wow, that's a really good episode. That because I watch things like this, not just because it's.
But if that groups you, you'll go straight to the next one. Though, you're like, watch the next
one. Straight down, scrolling down, the next one. But I watch things like this because I edit with what I do with After Dark here now. I need to keep my brain ticking. So when I edit
new ideas and I know what I mean.
When I watch something like this, what I'm talking about now on the Discovery Plus, the way they've edited it gives me ideas on the way to edit ours.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, you'll find different cuts. You think, that's a good cut, that, and I'll try and incorporate it into one of the episodes one of ours. And so forth.
That's why you probably noticed that our intro is changing more than once.
Yeah,
I keep tweaking it. But so I learned from that. But the next episode was Charlotte Crosby. Now, any listeners that aren't from the UK will not know who the hell she is, and to be honest with you, don't even bother looking into it because she's not the brainiest of women, is she, really?
No.
But she's a Geordie girl, and she's been made famous through Geordie Shore, which is a reality TV show that was based in Newcastle in England. Basically, the bang loads of Geordies on a house and they all get pissed and going off sex. It's pretty much pretty much.
It's like an X-rated Big Brother.
Yeah, pretty much. And everyone absolutely loved it. But that's just British people. We just like a load of crap.
I didn't know, to be fair. I'd never watched it.
Did you ever watch it? I watched it. She was funny.
They just annoy me though. That's why I'd never watch it.
Yeah, but you're weird, you.
No, I'm not.
You haven't seen Green Mile.
Yeah, I know, but
you haven't seen Pearl Harbor.
Oh no, I might have seen Green Mile. I might have Pearl Harbor. I've not seen. But I've not seen him recently.
Tom Hanks, Green Mile.
I have seen that. Yeah, where he gets his mate and
his mate.
His legs get blown off or something.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, doesn't he carry him? He puts him on his shoulders and carries him.
No. Green Mile is a prison.
No, with Tom. Oh no.
But Tom Hanks is the Tom Hanks is the actual prison guard. There's like a big black dude in there, the muscle man, and he can take the pain off people.
I'm thinking of Pearl Harbor then, aren't I?
It has Mr. Jingles, the mouse.
Yeah, what's Pearl Harbor then? Is that where he's in the army?
Isn't it's the
and that's where he carries his friend, doesn't he? Because he gets shot and he carries him to safety to the helicopter or something because he can't make it.
That's another Tom Hanks film. That's not Pearl Harbor. No, Pearl Harbor is based on the war and the Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the one.
Yeah, it's the war.
This scene what I'm visualising now.
The Chinese came across and bombed Pearl Harbor, thinking it was going to knock America.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets his friend on his shoulders.
No, that's a Tom Hanks film. That.
It's Tom Hanks.
It's a Tom Hanks. I can't recall it. It's going to come to my head once I click stop on the record. It'll come to me, but I know what film you're on about. Where he puts him on his shoulder. And because he goes to the hospital to get
Oh, wait there, no.
No, he goes, ice cream,
Lieutenant Dane. Forrest Gump.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Forrest
Jesus Christ. So I was thinking very similar. Yeah, he puts him on his shoulder and he carries him away. Yeah. Lieutenant Dane, ice cream. Yeah, I know what you mean.
No, it's Forrest Gump, yeah. I've not seen those other two.
So there's a lot of films that you haven't seen, and I keep messaging you all the time saying, look, watch this. I will do. But because he's got 2 kids, he ain't got time to do anything.
No, I've got other things to watch, or I'm doing other things.
Like what? What else do you watch?
You
can't even think about, can you?
Gogglebox, I like that.
That's a load of rubbish. Really, Gogglebox is the best thing
it's
to come
good,
out
that.
with. No, it's not. There's loads of films that you need to watch. All the war stuff and stuff like that. Pearl Harbor is a good one though, I must admit. But
it's just 3 hours though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I can't understand, because you watch Ghost Adventures and that's over an hour.
Yeah, I know.
And then when I went to your house one time, Danielle said she watched this film, and I said that film was over 2 hours long, and she went, yeah, I know. Watch the whole lot.
Yeah, but I need to.
So what's the extra 40 minutes on top of that?
No, but I need to be properly in the mood to sit down and watch a 3-hour film. That's why I never watch Lord of the Rings. It's just too long.
Oh, no, yeah.
And it's just not my thing.
But you've seen the Harry Potters and that, haven't you?
No, I've seen number 1.
And that's it?
No, the one with the chessboard. That's number 1, innit? And the one with the snake. I think that's number 3.
Philosopher's Stone, is it? I
think I've seen that one, yeah. But no, they're good. And I don't know.
Matrix films.
Oh, I've seen all them.
Rocky films.
Apart from the new one. No, I've not seen any of the Rocky films.
Not seen the Rocky films. You know, you've that's a bad that's if you've not seen the Rocky films, you've not lived.
I like my gangster films.
Oh, but
Snatch, Lock, Stock.
No, what's that one?
Layer Cake.
No. What's that one with him out of Matrix in? You introduced me to it. I watched everything.
Oh, John Wick.
Wow.
That is amazing. Number 4 is coming out, I think, this year.
I think they spoiled it on 3rd though. When he had that fight scene on, while we talk about this on a paranormal podcast, but he had that fight scene on the 3rd film, and that fight scene must have lasted because he has everyone after him, doesn't he?
Yes, because he's
that
a
fight scene lasted about 3 hours, and he's going through this museum thing, smashing his glass and getting swords out, and I'm thinking, why isn't this guy dropping? Oh,
no, I do recall that, yeah. But no, it's amazing. So number 4, I'm looking forward to number 4.
Yeah, but I think you can overdo a film. It's like when we do editing for this, you can overdo an edit.
Yeah.
Because when I edit on this, we have a thing called overlays, so you can overlay.
It depends what stories they're going for number 4, though. Because obviously number 1.
But they can over graphics it.
Yeah, but number 1 was obviously his wife got killed, or his dog. Yeah. So then that was that basis, and he was protecting his house. Second one was he was going to track down whoever killed his dog or his wife or whatever, and then obviously number 3 was he's gone too high now, so he's the main target, so everyone's after him.
Then the second one, he pisses off the wrong people, and there's a place where he can't kill anyone, and he kills someone.
Is in that hotel thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have to set a bounty on him to because he can't kill people in this airship place, and then it kind of builds up from there, and he starts pissing off the wrong people, but he's a good film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But anyway, as I was on about this, Charlotte Crosby, Geordie Shore, she was well made for that. She's thick, isn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, not all Geordies are thick, but this one's really, really thick. But she bought a house in Newcastle still, but Newcastle back in its day was very well known for its mining. So this house that she's bought, the plot itself is actually sat on a very historic mining ground, and she actually caught poltergeist activity there on one of her live videos. A chair in the dining room chair actually moved on a live feed. The whole nation saw it, and I think that's why the team got called in.
I remember you telling me, earlier, so I'm going to have to watch that.
No, the team got called in, and you can actually see the chair move, which I love paranormal. When things
Stuff
move
like that.
Oh,
yeah.
When there's something move. I've never had anything move in front of me yet, personally.
No, that's what I'd like. I don't know what my reaction, because I want to have that, but then I don't know how I would react if I was to see that right in front of me. I don't know if I'd freeze, or I don't know. So I do want my experience, but then I don't in a way, because I'm like, well, I don't know what my reaction's going to be.
Maybe you have to go for it there to know your reaction.
Yeah, you do, but
you mean you're starting to do solos now, slowly, but you're getting there.
Well, I decide. we've been through this.
Yeah. But yeah, slowly getting there though.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. If anyone's wanting to watch anything paranormal, watch this. I think all in all, this it's got about 5 or 6 episodes. So there's
especially if you're into like, sort of like your celebrity stuff as well. You know, it puts them both together.
Yeah, and
sees an insights to their house or the properties.
He does.
Different side of them. You know, the personality is probably different from when they're actually on TV or films or whatever they're from. And then, you know, paranormal's aspects there as well.
And Brett, everyone's heard Brett say, oh, he's going to watch them. But I'll tell you what, I'll mention it on the next episode. Brett, have you watched them? No, I ain't had a chance yet. I'm busy.
I'll just say, yeah.
Yeah, no, you won't. Because I'll ask you, I'll give you questions.
No, I want to watch those two today. I'm going to watch one. Once I've done my DIY.
D-R. Oh,
D-R. No,
D-I.
I said D-I. I said D-I.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're like two old women.
Man of many talents, me.
God almighty. So yeah, definitely watch that. Some sounds I'm the same though. I mean, another thing as well. Ghost Adventures new season in March. Everyone watch that.
Oh yes.
9 times out of 10 they are really good. I think last season's one was fantastic. People actually sure about because when they first started, you'll know as well as me, but it says in the intro 3 cameras, 3 men, that's it. And now it's more than that.
Oh god, yeah.
You've got Bill Tolley. You've got what's the other guy?
4 of them now, isn't they?
Yeah, there's Bill Tolley.
Aaron.
Of course, Aaron. Zach. And who was that?
Oh yeah, there's that other guy, isn't they?
Yeah, there's other guy. I can't remember his name now.
He doesn't normally go inside a lot with him though, does he? He normally stays and looking at the cameras in the van.
Yeah, in the control.
So he used to be like Bill Tolley used to do that. I've been doing before. I used to do that.
Yeah, Bill Tolley. Do you know he used to be a DJ?
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, yeah, he does look as if he could be a DJ.
He had spiky hair. You know, he had the big spikes in the middle of your head.
I could picture him with that as well. Yeah,
he had that. Yeah, he used to be one a famous DJ. He used to do it before Ghost Adventures was started. But I think he knew Aaron because Aaron and Zach used to be real good mates at school. That's why they've kept going. So they were really close, and I think that's where Bill Tolley comes in because they used to be mates as well. So I think Bill, when he first started Ghost Adventures, he was doing the sound.
Yeah, he was actually.
He was doing sound, and then Aaron
I think he was like the techie at that time, wasn't
he? Yeah.
He was like doing like the
sounds and things like that. External techie. Yeah. The guy you contacted.
Oh, what was his name?
Oh, come on.
I can't remember his name now.
You contacted him via email about one of your bits of kit like you wanted to make. I think it was just Celeste.
Yeah, it was. Oh, what was his name?
I can hear Zach saying it in my head.
Because he went to that Tiger King location, didn't he? And he did that experiment with the drain pipes for the EVP.
And
what was his name? Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
check that out if you've not seen it. Amazing. Definitely. Especially if you've seen Tiger King as well on Netflix. This episode on Discovery Plus.
That's last season's ones, that.
Yeah. It was like a special, I think. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, what's his name? I can hear him. I'm dying to put it on Google.
Is it Bill?
Bill? No, we already said Bill Tolley. Oh yeah, Bill Chappell. Is it Bill Chappell?
You have to Google it.
Billy Chappell?
Just Google it, yeah. Let's have a look.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm sure it's Billy, innit?
Bill Chappell. What Billy Chappell is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. That's a counsellor.
Just put inventor for Ghost Adventures or something like that.
Oh, can you type that then? Because I can't type it properly. It'll come to me. I'm sure his name's Bill though.
Yeah, Bill. Oh god.
Inventor for Ghost Adventures.
Oh, it's keyboard.
I know, I was wishing it. But I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I did email him.
Yeah, you emailed him an email back with some information.
Bill Chappell. Yeah, it's Bill Chappell.
I was right.
Yeah, Bill Chappell. It just didn't seem right though.
I
knew it was Bill.
He's the main guy who's is the
you don't see him. I think I've only ever seen him in that one episode, which was Tiger King. He comes to the site, doesn't he? But you don't normally see. They always refer to him regarding this new tech, or Bill's just created this new tech, so we're testing it out and things like that.
He made the SB11. No, he didn't make the SB11 spirit box. He made the what do you call that box that reads names out? There's a name for it. But anyway, all the tech that Ghost Adventures have got,
he builds.
So
because he built the SLS. Because what they do is with the SLS, when I emailed him regarding it, because I wanted the software what they use, but then he replied back to me and said, "Oh, you can't use the software because what he does is for the SLS what they use, he adapts it like to a whole different level. So it's got thermal imaging in there. It's got the thermal image camera and stuff like that in it. So it's the software wouldn't work. Yeah, and obviously you're talking thousands and thousands.
But it gave you the idea still to do what you did.
Yeah.
It
was
to
just
get what we got.
It was just to find the right software.
Yeah, just make
like
sure
I say, I've got the 2 types of software we can use on the SLS. One's the original Connect software, which a lot of paranormal groups do use, but we've also got the fast SLS software, which again other people use, but it's quite hard to find now.
Yeah, Bill Tolley. Yeah, new season Ghost Adventures comes in March. I've seen, and the only reason why I know because I follow Zach Bagans on Instagram and it came up.
Sure. Let me know. Yeah, because I've got them on Facebook, but they've not posted anything for a while.
They don't use Facebook very much. I think bigger platforms I think they like to use, don't they? But yeah, it came up March, new season. I was like, yay, get in. So we've been droning on now 54 minutes. We have a few questions that we need to get through. We'd like to get through that have been sent in by everyone. Keep them coming in. Keep the questions coming in. We've got no stories to read out this episode. But we've made up for that by just blabbing a load of
babbling on.
Yeah, babbling on. But again, any stories, any more questions for episode 4, please. Just
also, if sorry to interrupt you there, Dave. Another thing is, if you want us to speak about anything, not necessarily, not necessarily once we've talked about obviously our location. If you want us to incorporate something, what you want us to speak about, or any thoughts or anything like that, what you'd like us to speak about, then just let us know.
Definitely. And also, you might have noticed as well, the mic's a lot better. Brett now has his own independent mic.
Woo!
And I have my own independent mic. I was having issues with software for the first few episodes, so we're sharing one mic.
And I was on top of the mic, literally, but then I did sound as if I was like in another room.
Yeah, but fingers crossed we might have got on top of it now. So
let us know. Yeah, give us some feedback.
Yeah, feedback. See how it sounds. Fingers crossed it should be all right. Questions. We've got a lot of questions from England for this episode. I'm going to start off. The first one is from Sarah. She is from Durham. What keeps you doing what you do? What are your goals? Now, this is very similar to a question we got in episode 2.
I was going to say, yeah, it's similar. Yeah.
What keeps us? Well, first of all, what keeps you doing what we do? Oh God. I want to see the best of the best paranormal.
Yeah, it's getting that one key moment. Evidence. Yeah, and it's and you're constantly chasing that. Like, we're getting amazing EVPs, but we just still don't think it's good enough to us. And we also, like anybody, you also want to pick up a figure. You want to see, like Dave's seen a shadow, but you want to see, I don't know,
full apparition.
Right something like that. Yeah.
No, that'd be one of my dreams.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. But we're always chasing. We don't really set any goals. Our main goal is to get some decent evidence and put on our channel and let you guys enjoy, really.
And you'll always find as well, you'll go on an investigation and you'll pick up activity at this investigation. I edit it and I put it up on our channel for everyone to see. But as soon as I put it up, I always think I want more. I always want more.
Oh yeah.
So if I've got an EVP, I want it to be clearer. If I got an intelligent response from a woman like I did at the People's One before, I wanted it more. I wanted more. I always want more. This paranormal field that we're in, you always want more.
I think with you, I think even though you get like a class A EVP, like you say, that Old People Don't Want.
Yeah.
And then you still want more, because I think deep down you think, even though it's like an amazing EVP, you're still like, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Need it more, even though that is like a class A.
It was cock on. Yeah. When that happened, I was like, oh, that's another story in itself. That, but yeah, pretty much. We just want to keep banging out good entertainment and good content for all the public to decipher and what they like and what they don't like. And
like I said, we enjoy doing it. It's like it's a hobby to us, so we enjoy it. So like I say, there's no main set goal.
I've got a goal.
What?
I want the 100k plaque on
YouTube. Yeah, there's that.
I want that 100k plaque.
There's some analytic goals we're trying to hit. But
that'd be a long way off that. Yeah, especially if Brett can't keep watching these films and paranormal stuff like he says he's going to watch. But yeah, I want a 100k plaque. That's my goal.
Yeah, it'd be nice that one.
Just having that. But again, long way away. We've got another question. Marie from Sheffield and of course in the UK. I've seen you, Dave, do a location by yourself. I did.
You did. Yeah.
That's when I started to follow you. Do you get scared and do you want to run? When I did that location by myself, it took me a year to get the Dutch courage to do it. Driving to the location, getting there. Oh, my mind was going overdrive, thinking what's going to happen if this happens, or what I'm going to do if that happens. And then when I got into the location, you sense the 100 times more active than what it would be like just walking through a normal field.
Yeah, especially when you're there on your own.
Yeah.
So if you're there with somebody else, you've got someone to sort of fall back on.
Yeah, and if you run, you can, they can...
Or you've got someone to reassure you when you're there, that's the thing.
It's weird having that one person extra in the property when you're doing an investigation. It just gives you that sense of more security, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's weird.
Yeah.
But if a spirit did want to do something, it's not ever new there. It's not going to stop it, is it?
No.
It's still going to do it.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just in your mind.
In your mind.
It's a reassurance.
Yeah, it's a reassurance thing. So being in there, I can safely say I heard a woman speak. I was downstairs in the bedroom, in the living room, and I remember just looking up to the ceiling and just hearing this woman speak.
Yeah, because I don't think that picked it up on the episode.
No, didn't pick it up on camera.
You do say that you heard someone speaking though, because that's when you go back upstairs.
Let's have a look. She's having a conversation.
Yeah.
Literally sounds like she's having a conversation.
Up, yeah.
But hearing that in my own ears, like, first of all, because
it was in the middle of nowhere, so nobody could be walking by and you hear him. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
an old horse sanctuary, like a little cottage thing, just being left to just crumble basically. But when you go upstairs in the main bedroom, they've got all the plaques from when they won all these medals and stuff, and it's really touching when you actually look around the property. And one of the doors, bedroom doors, you open the bedroom door, and it's got where the suits when they're doing the horse riding.
Oh yeah.
Made itself look the part, the rider, sorry, and it's still on the back of the door. Really weird.
Crazy.
But yeah, it took me a year to get the Dutch courage to do one location by myself, and I always said I want to do it. And so when I got the opportunity and I found the right location, I went and did it, and I was there for 6 hours. I remember hearing the birds chirp, and I thought, oh God, what time is it? And I looked, it was like 6:30 in the morning. I was like, oh God, it's been here a long time. But I did it, and I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I was scared. Yep. Did I want to run? No. When I first started doing the investigating, if something happened in front of me for the first few months, yes, my normal reaction was turn around and absolutely leg it. Well, in my head, but if I never did it, but in my head I wanted to run. But as time goes by and you go into different locations all the time, you kind of get used to it. So if you've got any paranormal activity right in front of you, the first reaction is to put that camera or that EVP or that bit of tech you've got
into that direction,
because you're not just recording it for yourself and going through the emotions of it yourself, you're recording it for the evidence part of it. So it kind of comes second nature. So at the moment in time, no, I don't run, but never say never. There might be a location where I might actually peg it, and but again, you'll be the first ones to see that, that's for sure. We've got another question from Dan Orleans. He's from Orleans in France. I love the paranormal, so I'll start that one again. I love the paranormal and questions regarding it. I came by your channel by mistake. A lot of people do come by our channel by mistake. I don't know what that is.
As long as you keep that, it's fun.
I think it's the analytics. It's what it is. If they're watching something paranormal and you don't change it and it finishes that video, it automatically loads up another video. And they're coming up as recommended. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they came by our channel by mistake. My question is, how would I start my own channel? Start your own channel. Right, okay. So first of all, you need your tech. Get your tech sorted first, because it's pointless having a channel if you've got nothing to record.
Yeah, I mean, to start out, you could just get yourself a basic camera like we started out with.
Diagram cameras.
Yeah, I mean, to start out though, and then just like an EVP recorder. Pretty much.
More than that.
No, just to start out, I reckon those two are your main things. You've got your footage for your episode, you've got your EVP recorder, an EMF detector. I'd say those main three things, just to start out. And then build like we did. We only started out with minimal stuff.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
So I'd say that, Dan.
What, just the EV recorder, camera?
EMF.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and the camera.
And get your socials in order. So first of all, open your YouTube channel. Anyone can do it. Any Tom, Dick and I could do it. Your pet could do it if it was good enough.
Oh, and
honestly.
as well, a main thing is thinking of a unique name for your channel.
Oh, yeah.
That is harder than it seems.
Yeah, it is. You got to, it is, yeah. So yeah, think of what you want to achieve, what you want to call it. Open your YouTube channel, get it all ready and raring to go. Then go straight to your socials, because the only way you're going to promote your YouTube channel is via your socials. Don't bombard your socials with rubbish, because people just turn off straight away.
Yeah.
Upload what you think is necessary to your channel, regarding evidence you might have picked up, or on location you're going to, or a bit of tech that you've just made or just used, stuff like that. Always make sure it does entwine with what you're trying to achieve, which would be looking for the paranormal. Once you do that, you're onto a slow winner. Believe it or not, it's not just your socials that will spread your YouTube channel. Word of mouth is a massive thing. Like, we're quite well known in our town of Hull just through word of mouth, and the locations that we've been to. Another one, locations. Pre-plan your locations in advance. Always history check them. Make sure they are safe enough to get in and out, and they're doable, so you don't want to be going to a journey 5 hours there, 5 hours back, a 10-hour journey. You know, it's a long haul, that. So look at locations that are close to you. Look at what's been picked up there previously, and then go there with your equipment. Just start slow. Take each step at a time. Don't go running before you can walk, because you will trip over and fall. I've done it. Brett's done it. other paranormal teams have done it and they've disappeared off the face of the earth and they just don't do it anymore because they've made a mistake or they've just got bored of it.
Yeah, you just got to persevere with it because it is a slow game. Like I say, where our analytics is still creeping up now. You know, we're over 500 subscribers on YouTube, which is great, and it's still going up and up and up. But it's a slow journey, you know, and it's just one of them things. As long as you're committed to it,
yeah,
and you've got the heart, it'll just go its own way.
Definitely, heart, determination, knowing that you want to achieve something and stand up from the crowd. If you've got all that and you're good at what you do, the rest will just come in time. Like we said before in previous episodes, when we first started investigating locations, we were absolutely dire. We were shocking. I mean, so bad it was unreal.
Yeah.
But as each investigation happened, we kind of knew how to go about doing it and what route to take, but more importantly, how to portray ourselves on camera.
Yeah, because we'd watch the episodes back and then we'd know ourselves where we've gone wrong or what we've done better.
Moment, like, oh god.
And yeah, it's just all a learning curve. We're still learning now.
Yeah,
it's just
we
one
are.
of them things.
But we also, I mean, the only thing, there's a lot of things that keep me going. More importantly, the paranormal and capturing something, that keeps me going. But getting people messaging saying, your episodes are really good. I like this one. I like this certain episode at this moment because I felt like everything was really good and well recorded. Stuff like that keeps me going because when I do edit and edit, I can't get my words out again. When I do an edit, it didn't just take 5 minutes. It's literally a full day job.
Yeah, and
so
like I said before, it's not
good.
just the edit. Like I say, it's going through the footage. It's going to the location. It's very, very time consuming, and due
definitely.
to us working full time ourselves, it's a long process.
It is, yeah. So basically, moral of the story: take your time, create your socials, create your channel. Make sure you have the minimum of tech, and if it's a passion of yours, perseverance. Keep at it, and everything will start fitting in place. So hopefully that's answered your question, Dan. Sorry, Marie, my apologies.
Oh, I said Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan from last one, wasn't it? Sorry, Marie.
Next one, Skylar, lovely name. Skylar from Portsmouth. How are you going to try and keep standing out from the crowd in the future? Myself and my kids love your episodes. Locations, being unique.
Just being us.
Being us, yeah. Upgrading our tech when we can. Editing to the general public as not just going in there bang bang straight away with the investigation, adding the story to the episode of the location itself, a bit of history about it, basically better B-roll, basically in layman's terms, so the person watching the episode knows more about the property before they even get to the investigation, which keeps the person entertained. Just stuff like that. I would like to think that'd be, but definitely locations.
Not only that as well, though. Like I said, the podcast, that's making us stand out from the crowd now. Because like I said, there's very little paranormal investigating teams doing podcasts at the minute.
They do, but they do it on YouTube.
Oh, do they?
Only YouTube,
okay.
and it's
YouTube.
America massive on it. They do a lot of them in America. Well, there's a fine line between podcast and a talk session.
Ah, right, okay.
So when I stumble across them on YouTube, they're literally just talking on camera. Whether you would call that a podcast, it's not like professional mics or anything like that. What we've got, it's more like the audio of the
laptop or the Mac they're using. Yeah.
So like they're talking live.
So like a Zoom meeting type thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So I won't call it a podcast, but that's what a lot of people like to do. Which yes, it's good, but I don't think the quality is there. And
I mean, with ours though, we're covering all bases: Spotify, Apple, and we're uploading it to our channel as well.
And Green Mile and Pearl Harbor.
What?
What about all different avenues we've covered in the episode, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm on about our podcast because standing out from the crowd. Our podcast we've got on Apple, Spotify, and we also upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, different platforms, because everyone has. I mean, personally, I don't listen to Apple.
Yeah, whereas I do. So
you do. So it's a platform that I don't use personally, but we've utilised it and we've incorporated it because we're on Spotify. We might as well have Apple as well.
Yeah.
And I think Google do one which we've talked about.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that. Won't we?
Look into that for the future as well. So yeah, all different platforms. That keeps you fresh, keeps you basically so everyone can have an idea of what you do. I mean, I've had people contact me saying that. I've asked them the question. I think I've showed you a screenshot of it. What platform do you listen to our podcast on? And people have said YouTube.
Yeah.
Because it's just easy for them. They don't want to pay the Spotify price, which is fair enough. And
that's it. YouTube. A lot of people know more about YouTube than they do Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say definitely that. And yeah, like I was saying before, keeping our tech upgraded. I want to go 4K, but I don't like the files that come with it because
it's a lot.
You do a 4-hour recording in 4K, you're talking 60 50, 60 gig worth of footage, and my computer coming to edit it, it's going to struggle, I think. I mean,
to render it and just to export it.
I know another paranormal company. Oh, I've gone to 4K, which sounds brilliant on paper, right?
Yeah.
They're promoting it, going 4K. Oh, but then they've got to remember, they've got to update everything. So their software that they edit on got to be updated.
Yeah.
Their computer got to be updated.
The hardware,
Everything's
definitely.
got to be updated. And then the internet connection on their property has to be updated.
Yeah, to upload.
If they're uploading a 4K video,
It's going to be 10 times longer than 1080.
Definitely.
So there's always things to look into before you actually go for the big leap. So that's probably why I've not really gone fully flush on 4K.
I mean, like, say for what we
Not
do,
just yet.
I mean, 4K, yeah, it does sound good, like you said, on paper and things like that, but 9 times out of 10, we're using IR. So with 4K IR, is it going to be much different to a 1080?
No.
You know, so it works for us, you know, so there's no rush. That's why there's no rush for us to go into the 4K.
No, not just yet. I mean, I could potentially, and I am looking at doing this, going 4K from a B-roll, so my first part of my edit, so the description of the location stuff. I could go 4K with that, which, again, no rush. But like Brett was just saying, IR, it's a lower end spectrum of light, which means going 4K, you would not tell the difference.
No, you want it to just
not one bit.
Like 1080, wouldn't it?
It would just look a bit more crystal clear, but 1080 to 4K in IR, there is hardly any difference. The only thing you might get an increase on is the sound quality. But if you've got an external mic on your camera, there's going to be no difference.
Yeah.
So you might see and hear a lot of paranormal firms, companies, whatever you want to call themselves, going 4K, but I just don't think they've really thought it through personally. And in 4K, they're massive files. I mean, Christ, not for us just yet. But again, the tech-wise, we are upgrading, but we do it in our own time. It's not going to be something I'm going to be rushing into. Plus the cost aspect.
Yeah, that's it, innit?
Which is
and like I say, what we use at the minute, it works for us at the minute, you know. So
it does. No, it does. So yeah, this is. I think this has come to the end of our episode. Sadly, flown by that. Absolutely flown by. Next week, episode 4 will be uploaded again Sunday. Again, please give us your questions and your stories. Just send them in. We'll definitely look at reading them again, and hopefully we'll get a lot more than what we have been, so we can spread it out a bit more. But again, it all takes time. We are going to get there. But hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you'll listen to us on the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode, as Dave said, episode 4, is going to be the House of Nightmares, and it's our very first home visit.
It is, isn't it? Is that the next one in line?
It is, yeah.
Are you sure?
It is.
Alright, you're positive then?
I'm positive.
Alright, because you're a bit before me.
So first home visit, that was our goal when we first started, actually, to do a lot of home visits. So yeah, we was excited about this one, weren't we?
Yeah, this house is built again on the ground it's surrounding is very, I could say patriotic, but that's the wrong word. It's steeped in history. It's in Scunthorpe, so it's again, was it a mining place, Scunthorpe, or was it more? I think it is a mining place. I'm sure back in its days it'd be more well known for its mining. So yeah, the house in question, we went to go and investigate it, but the land surrounding it is steeped in history.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be next week's episode. It'll be the same time, but it'll be uploaded on a Sunday. So hopefully you will tune in and listen to that. But other than that, thank you very much for listening to this episode, and I will look forward to speaking next week.